Okay, looks like we're live. Yeah. Let's have some fun, shall we? Now we're going to be legit playing Soul Reaver 2, so the music is much more appropriate this time. Let's go back in time to an era when, I don't know, stuff like this made sense. Like when we had video games that had good storytelling, legit storytelling. Storytelling that wasn't exactly explicitly anti-Christian. Okay. All right. So spread the love to other people. And by the way, I really hope that Razor Fist gets to this game. He's only played Soul Reaver, and I really do think he would enjoy this one. For a few reasons. Looking good. The avatar is correct. Hey, straighten yourself out. Alright, whatever. Best I can do. My avatar looks funky. It's gonna have to be. The cool thing is there's save locations. So, all right, now I need to get to the pillars. That's my next objective. Find Cain at the pillars. I forget exactly where to go, but I know.
While I had only just escaped the stronghold, I sensed that in time my journey would return me full circle to this place. Infiltrating the fortress, however, would be no small feat. The balcony that had provided my escape was now well beyond my reach, leaving this massive gateway as the only means of entry. The gates were sealed, but like the time-streaming chamber I had seen earlier, their operation was undoubtedly linked to that odd crystal mounted above the entrance.
Alright, hold on a sec. That's gonna get annoying. No. Yeah, pick that up.
There's one! Here it comes! Prepare to die!
Really bad at this. I forgot about these guys. I don't think you can get their weapons either, which is kind of lame. Oh, that's unblockable. Those crows, I wonder what those could be. Interesting. Where did they go?
Here it comes.
Dogs. Not sure what that's about. Sure it'll come into play later.
Get it.
I don't think I'm going to pick up weapons. That's what my goal in this is, to not use weapons and to use the Soul Reaver or my own claws. Let's be a little more proper about this. That's a tiny. Okay. By the way, so this is how the remastered looks. So the original doesn't look too bad. It was a PS2 game. So there you go. Remastered definitely looks better, obviously. Can I climb this? Nope. As you can see, I've retained all my abilities that I absorbed from King's Lieutenants in Soul Reaver. Original Soul Reaver. Except for Dumas' Constrict ability.
There's one.
Nothing in common with the deranged jackals I left behind in Kane's derelict empire. They seem to retain much of their former humanity.
Yep.
In this era, vampires were clearly not the uncontested predators we had been. These creatures were hunted mercilessly and oppressed. And while I still believed that vampirism was a plague and had to be wiped out, there was nothing noble or righteous in this crusade. This was simply ruthless persecution.
Unfortunately, you also... don't retain your your glyphs, as you can see. Just have that.
There's one.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be picking up weapons. Alright, what do I gotta do? Obviously, I gotta remove the bars from this gate. Okay. In order to gain access to the pillars, let me see. Oh. Here we go. Brilliant cutscene on its way.
The pillars of Nosgoth, pristine, whole, and uncorrupted. I had never beheld them in this undefiled state, yet something profound and indelible resonated within me at the sight. And there, waiting at the very heart of the pillars, was the canker that was destined to destroy them.
I know you're there, Raziel.
Mobius led me to you, Cain, though I might have guessed you'd meet me here.
And if Mobius told you I was hidden on the underside of hell, would you throw yourself into oblivion to pursue me? Mobius trawls for the ignorant and unwary, hauling his gasping prey from the streams of their destinies. Stay out of his net, Raziel.
Spare me your elaborate metaphors, Cain. I have pursued you here for one purpose. You will pay for your betrayal, and balance will thus be restored to Nosgoth.
And whose will is satisfied then? The will of Raziel or Mobius?
Would I be better manipulated by you, Cain? Now, turn and face me. The chase is over.
This isn't a chase, Raziel. We are merely passengers on the wheel of destiny, describing a perfect circle to this point. We've been brought here for a reason. I've seen the beginning and the end of our story, however, and the tale is crude and ill-conceived. We must rewrite the ending of it. You and I.
Face me, Cain. Even you shouldn't die a coward's death.
Isn't it customary to grant the condemned a final request?
I recall no such courtesy from you.
Indulge me, Raziel. All I ask is that you listen. This is the sublime moment of our undoing, Raziel. The ineffable fulcrum upon which swings the entirety of our history. This is where all of Nosgoth is betrayed. In this instant, Ariel, the Balance Guardian, is murdered by dark forces bent on overthrowing the pillars. Her spirit is just now tearing free, lost in the ether, trying to find its way here. You have already seen how she comes to haunt these pillars.
Bound here by your refusal to die. You are the reason this land becomes diseased. As long as you remain alive, you condemn Nosgoth to an eternity of decay.
Be still, Raziel. See this. As Ariel dies, I am being born to take her place as Balance Guardian. Such is my destiny.
My God.
At the moment of my first cry, Ariel's beloved, the Guardian Nutraptor, finds her corpse. Racked with grief and tormented by suspicions of treachery, Nutraptor plunges into a madness which overflows and infects all of the Guardians who are symbiotically bound, including me. The repercussions of Ariel's assassination were expertly calculated. The entire circle descends into madness, and I am tainted at the moment of my birth, instantly rendered incapable of fulfilling the role destiny has prepared for me.
Shall I show you the same mercy you showed the rest of the circle then? You blithely murdered them to restore their pillars, yet your hand faltered when it came to the final sacrifice. What makes you exempt, Cain? You're merely the last man standing. Why condemn me for simply carrying out what you hadn't the courage to do yourself?
Let's drop the moral posturing, shall we? We both know there's no altruism in this pursuit. Your reckless indignation led you here. I counted on it. There's no shame in it, Raziel. Revenge is motivation enough. At least it's honest. Hate me, but do it honestly. 30 years hence, I am presented with a dilemma. Let's call it a two-sided coin. If the coin falls one way, I sacrifice myself and thus restore the pillars. But as the last surviving vampire in Nosgoth, this would mean the annihilation of our species. Mobius made sure of that. If the coin lands on the reverse, I refuse the sacrifice and thus doom the pillars to an eternity of collapse. Either way, the game is rigged.
We agree then that the pillars are crucial and must be restored.
Yes, Raziel. And that's why we've come full circle to this place.
So after all this, you make my case for me. To end this stalemate, you must die so that new guardians can be born.
Pillars don't belong to them, Raziel. They belong to us.
Your arrogance is boundless, Cain.
There's a third option. A monumental secret hidden in your very presence here. But it's a secret you have to discover for yourself. Unearth your destiny, Raziel. It's all laid out for you here.
You said it yourself, Cain. There are only two sides to your coin.
Apparently so. But suppose you throw a coin enough times. Suppose one day it lands on its edge.
By the way, I have to say, Cain is definitely using some serious weights there. He's got the broad shoulders and everything with that. I mean, he's... Alright. By the way, these crows, very significant. Anyway. By the way, in Defiance, his animation for the gliding is actually pretty sweet and streamlined. Okay.
I didn't know what impulse stayed my hand, why I had so willingly allowed Cain to escape me.
You didn't have enough strength to fight him.
Long. I had no reason to trust Cain after he had valued me so little, and yet I found myself intrigued by his words. I had been too cruelly used to so gullibly play his pawn, but if this world truly had secrets to divulge, I was determined to expose them.
These things are back, of course. Souls in this dimension also look a little more ghastly. Also, the Soul Reaver doesn't really hurt you here.
From the moment of my arrival, I had the constant and palpable sensation of being watched. Someone, it seemed, was keenly interested in my presence here.
Alright, that's a respawn point.
From the look of it, this door had been sealed for centuries. I began to realize it was no mere coincidence that I found myself standing here, beneath this winged figure with blue skin and cloven hands so like my own, and bearing this unique key. And so it was with a sense of gravity and trepidation that I unsealed that ancient door and crossed the threshold.
Oh yeah, there's these things. New enemies. They're like constructs. There's no point in, like, trying to absorb their souls. They don't really have souls. Also, they do show up in the Spectre world. You can't just escape them by shifting. I believe they do show up in the Spectre world as well. So... who's saying that? Someone's whispering my name.
As I entered the chamber, I sensed that it had been sealed for hundreds, perhaps thousands of years. And while this room was clearly built when the pillars were erected, I knew that no human hand could have shaped this place, and that perhaps it had never been seen by human eyes. The surrounding murals depicted a winged race, their features so like my own, but beautiful, where mine were grotesque, and angelic, while mine were demonic. I tried to decipher these images. A great war, but with combatants like none I had ever seen. The pillars, raised by this winged race, who thus defeated their adversaries. The winged beings again, writhing in agony, apparently afflicted with the same bloodthirst I had so recently suffered. And throughout the chamber, inscribed everywhere, images of the Reaver itself. Was this what Cain had urged me to discover? I wondered.
Lies, Raziel.
Uh-oh, look who it is.
Do not be deceived.
My ancient benefactor. And I dared to hope we had parted ways forever. Your silence was refreshing, but it lasted. No doubt you have a conveniently inexpressible reason for your presence here.
Do not be insolent, Raziel. I am eternally present here and everywhere, now and always. I am the still center of the turning wheel, the hub of this world's destiny.
But perhaps not so omnipotent as you'd have me believe. Your hold on me appears to be tenuous. I no longer seem to need you. Yet I'm guessing you still need me.
This impudence is unworthy of you, Raziel. Do not forget that you have a task to fulfill here. You are indebted to me.
Indebted? You would have me show gratitude for a gift I didn't ask to be bestowed. Do you forget that you forced me to inhabit this vile carcass?
I restored you to yourself, Raziel. It was Cain who destroyed you. The very enemy you've just let slip through your grasp. Do not fail me, my servant.
I serve no one. Not you, not Cain, and not your lackey Mobius.
Mobius is my good servant. I have many.
And if I tell Mobius that he's worshipping a giant squid, do you think his faith will falter?
You have grown willful, Raziel. But beware. To embrace a serpent is to invite poison into your heart. Cain is a sinuous beast. He will seduce and deceive you. You pride yourself on your free will, yet you let that degenerate deter your resolve.
I harbor no illusions about his integrity, nor anyone else's. In fact, I am beset by manipulation on all sides. I merely seek the truth.
These are the fathomless truths, Raziel. The agony of birth and death and rebirth. This is the wheel of fate, the purifying cycle which sustains all life. Vampires are an abomination, a plague which leeches this land of its spiritual strength. They obstruct the flow of life and death. Their souls stagnate in their wretched corpses.
There's where I need to
The
go.
wheel must turn. Death is inexorable and cannot be denied. Your destiny is irresistible, Raziel. You are my soul reaver, the scourge of the vampires, reaper of their apostate souls. Remain steadfast, end the vampire's parasitic curse, and restore Nosgoth. Cain's blood belongs on your hands.
Alright.
Cain indeed deserves to die for condemning me to this repugnant form. But if and when I kill him, it will be for me alone to decide.
Cain destroyed you without a flicker of remorse. He tore the soul from your noble corpse. And after you had served him faithfully for 1,000 years, he discarded you in the abyss on a jealous whim.
Was it that, though?
Remember your rage, Raziel. Let it guide your hand.
Alright. Let's get a save going. I'm just going to be doing separate saves for each point, because there's a lot of cool dialogue in here, and I don't think I can rewatch cutscenes. Maybe. So that's the way out. I have to go down. Swim in this guy's toilet. Why he doesn't like do much other than talk, I don't know, because he is a boss fight and then Legacy Cain Defiance. Spoiler. Slight spoiler. Where are we going? Up here. Glyph guard. I guess they're guardians? I don't know. Kinda cool with the Reaver. So that's my way back. So we have this thing, which is, I guess, a statue of the Elder. All the stuff you're seeing underwater right now comes into play later. Okay. Trying to figure out where to go. I think I'm supposed to go through here. I'm just trying to remember where. Is there a map? I don't know, maybe we'll keep going through here. Let's explore just a bit more. Okay. I really don't see anywhere else to go here. I know I'm supposed to go this way. Just know it. Okay, can't climb that. That's in the next game. You can do that in the Spectral world, which is kind of cool. I don't know why you couldn't do it before. I do like how the portals look a little more like the portal that shows up in Defiance. That's a bigger one. It's the new type of slaw in this game. Only shows up in this game, though. There's a stairwell. All the crystals. Been back there, there's no way out. I guess I'll go back. Let's see what's back here. Maybe it's something up here that I missed. Okay. Really confused. I know there's a way through here, but just not sure. Don't care. This is the Elder's Chamber.
Do not fail me.
Shut up. That's a cheap shot. Following the crystals. Kind of the map marker. Alright. I'm lost, but that's my own dumb fault that I'm lost. Yeah, this place will be drained of water eventually. In the game. Not right now. It actually doesn't... There's nothing you can do about it other than... You travel to another time where the water gets drained. Okay. There's gotta be... Like, it's probably right in front of my stupid face and I'm not seeing it. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, it's... Probably something dumb that I'm like, oh. Definitely gotta be. Is it up? Is it down? Looks like it was up, maybe? Wait, what's this? Oh, there we go. Yeah, it was up. Just was not up far enough, I guess. Yep.
I surfaced into a very different landscape. The daylight barely penetrated the dense canopy of this forest. Here I discovered an ancient ruin, unmistakably one of Mobius's time-streaming chambers, but long ago sealed and abandoned to the encroaching swamp.
Yep.
I didn't currently possess the means to break this seal, but I thought in time that I might.
Get it!
There's one.
Wrong. That's weird. Why, hello.
So, my lurking observer was exposed. The creature vanished when he realized he was discovered, but I caught a glimpse of him, and his features were distinctive enough. This was the vampire Vorador, the monstrous assassin depicted in the stronghold. Strange that a creature brazen enough to assault the circle single-handedly would avoid confronting me. Very well. If Vorador would not come to me, I would go to him. But first, I needed to find some means of reaching that terrace.
Come on. Yes, I'm well aware I can pick up weapons. I do not want them.
Prepare to die.
Thanks. Swamp. No bases.
There appeared to be a passage here, leading northward into the mountains. The opening, however, was obstructed and too high for me to reach. Perhaps later I would find the means to bypass these obstacles.
Yeah. Once you get the right Reaver. Thing about this is right now I'm in the material world and I don't really need to worry about getting knocked into the spectral world. It's actually not that bad.
My lurking friend was nowhere to be seen, but I found these ruins even more intriguing. I recognized these arcane symbols from the chamber beneath the pillars, and realized that this shrine, too, was sealed to all but the bearer of the Reaver.
Alright, time to get my first. Nice of that. Time to get the Dark Reaver, I guess. Alright. I just need to find a portal. There we go. I guess I need that plate. Reaver gets stronger the more parasitic it gets.
Throughout this ancient shrine, murals depicted the winged race and the apocalyptic war against their mysterious and equally inhuman adversaries.
Yep.
These winged beings, it seemed, were not only the architects of the pillars, but of this enigmatic place as well. And just as in the pillars' chamber, this shrine was adorned throughout with imagery of the Reaver, depicted with the reverence of a holy icon.
Or relic, or... Okay. I need a mirror. What is this? Exorcist level 2? Okay. Just looking around, just seeing what needs to be done. Alright, is there a way back up there? Okay. Alright, I guess we'll go through there next. No. By the way, the Fire Reaver didn't come back with me somehow in the time travel. The Constrict ability didn't come with me in the time travel. How do I get over there? It's just a big jump. It's probably from the other side. Let's go see what the other side has to hold. So there's 4 Reaver Forges in this game, and these are the ones that have the most puzzles. And that's about it. I like how this Reaver gets more and more out of control. No, I'm not going to fight every enemy I come across. It's a waste of time. Really is. You don't really earn anything by doing it. Okay. Huh. I don't think I solved that room right. Oh, is there something? Yeah, I'm supposed to move this. Do I move these others? No. There we go. Okay. It's been a hot minute since I've had to do all these puzzles, so... it just opens for you because it's nice like that, I guess. I just have to get... I just have to get the light through here. Okay, so I think... I go through here. Finish this part. Oh, I know. There we go. Yeah. By the way, this is how it works in real life. Viewing it with the power of Dark Side of the Moon.
As I neared the altar, I suddenly felt the Reaver quickening of its own volition. Just as in William's chapel, the balance of power tangibly shifted, voracious and willful. now in control, and I, merely its helpless puppet. The Reaver plunged itself into that mysterious altar, and devouring the energy that emanated from within, drained this place of its power. Thus sated, the Reaver released me, and I realized as I recovered control that these ancient shrines were forges, each purpose-built to enhance the Reaver with elemental power.
Alright, more health. Look at that. Yeah, there's no power-ups in this game. There's just, like, you go through and play. As you solve the puzzles for the Reaver forges, you get more health. That's about it.
Now I understood the purpose of the mysterious basins I had seen throughout my journey. They were elemental fonts, each attuned to a fundamental essence. When I forged the blade, every font in Nosgoth with the same elemental attunement was simultaneously quickened. The Reaver's enhancements were never permanent, but these fonts enabled me to re-imbue the blade by bathing it in the elemental energy distilled therein. Concentric circles, one eclipsing the other. I recognized this symbol from the door sealing that other ancient shrine, the one I had seen in the lake outside the Sarafan stronghold. Perhaps now, armed as I was with the elemental power of darkness, I could return and gain entry.
Kind of hold your hand in this, but whatever.
You're a ragged excuse for a savior.
Vorador.
I see my reputation precedes me.
It does.
All good, I hope? I've been watching you since you emerged from that accursed stronghold. Strange that your arrival coincides with the corruption of the Pillars. But I'm wondering, are you the catalyst of these events? Or the answer to them?
I don't know what you mean.
I will speak plainly then. I distrust your origin, stranger. Seeing you crawl from the putrid depths of Mobius's keep makes me question your purpose here. And what should I make of your appearance? Not human, clearly, and more demon than vampire. And the Pillars. It is no mere coincidence that your arrival in that clearing heralded the Pillars' decay. And so I ask you plainly, are you the instrument of the Pillars' destruction or their salvation?
Neither.
Very well. Let us look at the other side of the coin. I have followed your journey and watched as you blithely unlocked secrets that have been sealed and forbidden for thousands of years. The path you have been treading is open to only one being. You don't know what you are, do you?
I have been many things. If you find me ignorant, enlighten me.
What's the point? This world is beyond redemption. Let the human cattle have it.
I would expect better than meek capitulation from you.
Centuries of persecution have taught me well. 500 years ago, our race was nearly exterminated by the fanatical crusades of the Seraphan. And now the same sick drama unfolds again. In merely a decade, Mobius's cutthroat citizen army has nearly accomplished what the Seraphan could not. Vampires meddling in the affairs of men. Look where it's brought us.
What am I to make of these secrets I've uncovered, then? The depictions of the winged race, the pillars, and the Reaver.
Fairy tales, boy. The delusions of an ancient culture clinging to hope long after the world had discarded them. Their bloodline trickled away, until only one of the ancients remained, sustained solely by obligation and his unfaltering faith in the old prophecies. But you see, even if you are who you appear to be, it no longer matters. You're simply too late. Janos Audron, the Reaver Guardian, the last of the ancients, and my maker, was murdered by the Seraphan nearly 5 centuries ago. He alone would have the answers you seek, but his secrets died with him. I don't know how you've come even this far without his guidance, or without the Reaver, stolen these 500 years ago by the Seraphan. I'm afraid, my friend, that you and all of us are out of luck.
I had no less reason to trust Vorador than anyone else I had met. In fact, the ancient vampire was the most forthright being I had encountered thus far. If Janos Audron was the key to all this, then I would find him, and Mobius's time-streaming device would provide me passage. But first, I had to find a way back into the stronghold, and I suspected I would find the means within the lake's mysterious shrine.
There's one.
I need to find the safe spot, and I'm going to call it a night. It's nice to have more health, to worry a little less about being thrust into the material world, or spectral. That's not the direction. It's this one. It looks like air, yeah. Alright. Next small save. Alright, I think... yeah, I'm gonna call that a night. Anyway. So, I think I'm going to call that a night on the stream.